Well, hello, everybody. I know it's, oh shit. It's a little bit too dangerous. But, how much is on the timer yet? Yeah. Timer passed. We got enough time to mess around for a little bit. Denso's gonna be, live pretty soon, so I might as well have the... Might as well be in the voice chat while I'm still at it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a short episode. Not going to expect too many questions here and there. And I might kick things off by kicking out my own hornet's nest and at everybody in the Discord. You know how many people love that. I'll just post it in the Hangar, so... So, it's been quite an interesting exchange of days, months, years. It feels like a lot of time's been going on. A lot of time's been going by a little bit too fast. With Max Boost and all, it's been making it a bit more worthwhile. But I know for a fact that things are just going to get even crazier as time goes on, even after the year's over. Wanna know why? Because 2020 so far has been the year of surprises. And not in the way that you think it would be. Like nothing but explosions. Both in the literal and proverbial sense. But oh boy. When you think that things wouldn't hit the fan any further, it just one ups every single time. So, what are we gonna what kind of questions are we gonna be running into this time? This is the first Ask Us Anything stream that we're doing. I know for a fact we're not popular. First of all, let's be realistic. We're a niche, and we are most certainly small. There's just two dudes running a podcast. One of them has a Facebook avatar, which is me. The other, the King of Salt himself. Yeah. You kind of get the idea. But we're just having fun with it. Just having a whole lot of fun with it. Just see what kind of sticks and what doesn't. We don't know if we might be doing any more of these Ask Us Anything episodes if reception's not that great. And by that I mean if barely anybody is interested. But it's worth just trying to figure things out, see what works, see what doesn't. Just kind of test the waters, so to speak. Also, let me move my phone away from the mic, so if it does blur out, you won't have to hear Black Serena 3 blaring through the microphone. Hey, Lord. So far, it's just me, Blue Shift. But how you doing? Dento's gonna be coming around pretty soon, so just kind of buying some time a little bit, see what comes up. He should be ready soon. Had a nice day, Lord. Well, I might be bothering a lot of other people since I'm gonna be hitting everyone at everyone in my Discord. I'm gonna get a lot of shit for it, but hey, it's for a special occasion, you know. I know that for a fact. And I'm gonna press the trigger in three, two, one, and it's off. Now to see how many reactions I'm gonna get from the whole thing. Let's see. I'm just gonna pay close attention since I posted in the hangar. So, you're probably wondering what the purpose of this episode is. Maybe I should be a little bit more specific on what AUA is, but if you're kind of familiar with what it stands for, then you know exactly what it entails. But just in case if anybody else is kind of tuning in or kind of unfamiliar with what it is, it's Ask Us Anything. It was good, Green. Sorry I was a little bit too lethargic for Risk of Rain the other night, but yeah, I had a crap ton of fun. I'm still gonna have to get used to looting a little bit better so I can at least survive a little bit more, but the fact that they add a final boss definitely makes it worthwhile. I might even play it a little bit more often on stream, to be quite honest. So far, there's two. One's a good one. One's a feels pinged man by Clapper, of course. So, back to what I was saying. The purpose of this is, I think you mentioned it recently in the chat, but your Halo song. I'm trying to figure out what Halo song you're mentioning. It wasn't in Halo 4 or 5, so I guess it was probably something from Marty McDonald's suite. So, so it's making its way into Halo Infinite. That's pretty sick. In fact, I think I came across somewhat of a teaser track from Halo Infinite that was posted on Twitter. Audition on A Walk in the Woods. Oh. Wait a minute.
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, it was good, Denso. Are you there? Oh. Oh, hey, Evan.
Hey.
What's up?
Someone just rage quit on me for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. I just hit them with main with turn A and they just quit the game.
So it was the hammer that shook the world, pretty much.
Yeah.
Was
Poor
it?
heavy arms. You're playing the 2K version.
Oh, that's sad life.
I'm gonna get this.
Oh, this song. It's a different Evan. Oh my god. Now we're running into crash course. So, if anybody is unfamiliar, Vroom Vroom Sword is also named Evan in my Discord. So,
Yes.
there's gonna be a lot of confusion between you and Vroom Vroom. See?
When I came out of the womb, my mother decided to name me Evan.
So the other Evan too. So I think there might have to be a Highlander. I think there must be only one. There can be only one Evan in this Twitch, and well, there's only one in Discord. So I guess it kind of balances out.
All right. Wait 1 second.
AUA is Ask Us Anything. Basically, it's just a plural form of Ask Me Anything, something you'll probably find from the cringe haven known as Reddit. But it's basically ask us a question, ask us any kind of question. And this is really, man, I forgot how well Marty McDonald composes his stuff. Be it for Marathon, for Halo, or any other game that he's kind of touched. About anything. Gundam, mecha anime in general, what's going on in the world, anything.
Oh yeah. So the reason I asked you about Buddy Complex, my friend played Super Robot Wars, and he's been laughing at the name Buddy Complex for 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
He knows nothing about it, and he's about to watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because the name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Chex Guy actually kind of rounded that answer pretty nicely. The funny name kind of makes it a little bit hard to take seriously, but the premise of it is really solid. And I think the fact that it came after not Vandred, or was it Valrave? I think he said Valrave, which also got some pretty interesting moments that came after it. I think it was a conversation between me and yeah, that's it. That's the exact name.
Oh, that's an awful name.
Valrave the Liberator. How's my Gaia going? It's going pretty well. I've just decided to take a bit of a small break from Max Boost until it was kind of dominating my life. So much so that my dad kind of got on my case about it because I was playing it almost every day. I'm telling you, man, that game's crack. But yeah, I took a look at the Gaia video that you sent me on Sunday. Really good stuff to kind of lift off of. Mostly seeing how much of the Gaia in question was just staying in mobile armor mode for majority of the match. That and also using the transformation to kind of gain more momentum and just speed around the map too. So if anything, I might have to work on just getting to the habit of doing 2B into transformation more often. Well, 2B step, then transform. So I can be a little bit more evasive.
I need to learn how to fight Gaia. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing Gaia most of the time, so there's that.
Yeah,
So
my friend learned the cross-up unblockable, so I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know it's not really hard. It's just making it into muscle memory because I tend to play a lot of different suits. The fact that I need to hunker down and just practice just one suit in particular is majorly the thing that I have to get into the habit of. Because let's be real, I feel like I'm a good player, but the one thing that holds me back is just trying to be entertaining. And by entertain, I mean just have a variety of suits to play. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, from 10 to greatest Gundam since Seed, how do you like Destiny? Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? I guess I can say 10.1 if I'm being if I'm using the same barometer as you. But I think the fortunate thing is that I am well. The fact that I'm taking this in a blank slate similar to Double Zeta is it's helping me kind of get a better perspective of the show itself. And Destiny, the game itself, I haven't really been interested in the way it plays. I know Dento plays a lot of Destiny 2 every now and then, so he might be able to answer some questions relating to that. But it kind of hooked me at first, but after a while, after kind of looking up, and it's always a mistake to try AAA games like within the first month or so. Then you start seeing like the real issues crop up.
Speaking of AAA games,
Mm-hmm.
when are you playing your favorite game, The Last of Us 2?
Fuck off. Oh yeah,
Can we get a Last of Us 2 and Q&A?
oh man. Once we actually do, yeah. Once we actually finish The Last of Us 2, there's definitely gonna be a Q&A. It's gonna be the Let's Suffer playthrough. I can tell you that. The reactions of everybody getting everyone added. Yeah, I think the presentation of Destiny was amazing. The way that was first introduced had a lot of potential. Even like the mythos too. But I guess the one thing that really dropped the ball, I guess for some people, were the people that were interested in the lore and how they had to kind of go off source to do it. It kind of really killed the momentum for it. That and the other practices too that might have been more on Activision's part rather than Bungie. But I guess there is still some fault there too. I bet you I'm not gonna finish it. Oh, I'm gonna make it a mission to finish it. Same thing with the A portable Redux. I'm I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make those games my mission to finish. Soccer Wars, I can probably just bounce around a little bit. Maybe even just try to do it over the weekdays or weekends. I will try, AJ. I will. Promise. This time it's going to be a different perspective. I can assure you that. Because I'm telling you, Vindel, Vindel Mauser is going to get what's coming to him. No. I have to go with this. I have to go with the canon suit. Maybe maybe no soul game this time. The Wrestling Griff has definitely been The Razorgriff or the other Shadow Mirror suits have definitely proven a lot more useful. No, no, I have to tie up loose ends. I have to tie up loose ends with Axel. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because if that's not going to happen, nothing will.
So
Also, I, oh man, I, Twitter is such an interesting place because
no, it isn't.
no. Let me finish. Twitter is such an interesting place because it all depends on what you follow and who you follow. You can turn it into hell only if you follow the people that would lead you to that point. But if
Dude,
it's
you are
just
breaking up completely, dude. I cannot hear you.
oh wait, I'm breaking up.
I
Yeah,
couldn't hear
no,
you over the shitbag.
Oh, but as I was saying, Twitter can be a nice place or it could be an absolute hellscape depending on who you follow, what you follow, and the kind of people that you interact with. Because most people think that oh, this site has invited me into this, but then again, you have to realize there's certain ways, certain pathways where it kind of leads you to that point of that hellscape in the first place. So if you're just looking for TNA and you just only follow TNA, you're gonna get TNA. But if you gotta look for like a mix of other things to kind of divvy things up, then you're gonna be asking for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of what Twitter is. I can understand why people don't want to interact with it anyway, because that's honestly the right call. But if you're using it for like some sort of business or promotional or just in general, just getting the word out about the project that you're working on, there are other social media platforms that are. God damn! What is?
Hmm?
Were you crumpling up a plastic bag?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Ah,
My bad.
that's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I guess we're Soul Foundation. I'm gonna make the platform for the appropriate game too. Don't worry about it, Green.
What Soul Foundation? What is that?
It's a Gundam Seed Arrow VN.
Fuck.
Yeah, yeah. You could thank Shoddy for that, or SSJ Waldstein as he's known on Twitter. He
I
did
think that was the person who posted that that thing about what navies you use.
yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Sounds like you
Yeah,
got some.
thanks to that post, that's when I learned the G Reco spoiler about Ida.
I'm still dreading. I'm still dreading watching Seed Destiny.
Uh-huh. Well, you should have been watching it with me too, so
Oh boy.
yeah. I tried to make it as fun as possible to watch too, so that's another thing. So you really missed off on a lot because we're currently on episode 33 of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me be clear, Evan. I'm dreading watching Seed Destiny again.
Again.
But the thing is, when I watched that, I kind of watched it on and off, so I don't really remember everything as clearly as you know. I just remember certain things, so I gotta do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I
Gotta really.
so I want to watch that again. It's the same thing with a lot of other series. I just gotta watch them again, though, so I can give it a second shake, or give it a second go.
Mm-hmm. The remaster. Oh yeah, ooh boy, there's a whole lot of plot. There's a whole lot of plot. Shin has the best pro tag.
You just need to remember that Shin is the best pro tag.
Yeah, the best pro tag. Well, he's the. I think he was
What are
the.
you talking about? We all subscribe to the Church of Jesus Yamato.
Well, let's be certain here. Shin did have the potential to become the best character up until he started getting that attitude after slaughtering everybody in that one episode against Orb in Crete. After that, he just turns into an absolute dickbag.
Shin is just a brat. But you guys love those kind of anime pro tags.
Yeah, so does Japan.
So, quick question. Hold on. There's one thing I've been wondering. Which one of these characters is the self-insert of the director?
That's actually a good question. Evan says none. Though, however, there is like one character that's practically TM Revolution. That is TM Revolution. Haney.
I think he's the author on. He thought him, made him say, "Well, he's so cool. He's just like me."
Mm-hmm. Haney Weissenfluss, who went out like a bitch. He died the same way as Nicole, but in reverse. He gets cut in the back instead of the front. That's a terrible way to go.
Wait. So in a remaster, does he fall on Kira's sword instead?
Wait, who?
Hein.
No, he actually dies to Stella. Stella just blindsides him in the back while trying to go after Kira. Also, spoilers for anybody that hasn't watched Sea Destiny.
I haven't, and I'm dreading it because I got to do it eventually.
Oh yeah, the pilgrimage must be completed, as expected. I've yet to finish. I have yet to start Age. I have yet to start Igloo. I have yet to finish Gundam Evolve. So there's a whole bunch of that to kind of eke out of the way. In fact, maybe one of these nights I might do Evolve. Just one night. Maybe it might be tonight. Okay. So, that's been just a regular chatting. So, let's get to the actual purpose of the stream. So, if you have any questions, just make sure you highlight them so it's easier to keep track of. Or if you're currently in my Discord or want to be in my Discord, just type in !Discord and I'll give you regular status so you might have access to the voice chat. And you can ask a question from there or stick around if you want to be the one on the hot seat as well and just answer questions right there too. Ooh. You son of a bitch. Okay. Do you want to take a stab at this Dento too, or no?
I'm sorry, I had to go grab something. My bad. What I missed?
Remember Swords highlight a question.
Yeah,
Somebody had a
someone
question.
in the chat, I don't know who, asked a interesting question.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh yeah, just brace yourself, Dento. Just brace yourself.
What's the question? I can already tell.
Oh god. Okay, prepare yourself. Best type of bussy you can't answer none or no.
Best type of bussy?
Bussy. Hey, you know how much I hate that word too. But
whoever asks that should probably get banned. Just for using that word.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get him out of here.
Yeah, I wonder who that individual is. I guess he probably dry snitched himself earlier in the in the voice chat. But
I wonder if that person is actually trying to hide it.
Out of sincerity, I can't. But that's a question.
It's a pretty easy question, honestly.
Okay, so you go first.
Duh, fucking Umbro. I mean, have you not seen the fucking sexual tension between him and Char?
Oh yeah.
What do you think Char so far? What do you think Char's so obsessed?
Oh yeah, that's actually true. That is actually true. And if anything, we could probably go to that Kyo or Ningyo. I think that's their name.
The guy was like, no, dude, it even happens in the show.
Yeah,
it even happens in the show. He's like, it's like, I know you're intimidated by me, but you should. I would appreciate if you at least said thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Always macking on him.
Yep. Hold on, let me pull up the.
Do you feel like the meta of Gundam will evolve to be less unga bunga in the US?
No.
I'm gonna say yes and no. In terms of rooms where it's people who know what the hell they're doing, it's gonna basically turn into everybody and their mom just picking meta. Because at the end of the day, everybody's a fucking sweaty tryhard. And I don't even mean that. And I don't even mean that in an insulting fashion. People at the end of the day are gonna want to win. I hate to say it, but if you remember looking at Evo when we had full boost tournaments, everybody and their mom was running Wing Zero and whatchamacallit. But then once fucking Full Armor Unicorn came out, everybody was running Full Armor Unicorn, and then the back was either going to be Blitz or Sandrock. So top tier, rooms where it's going to have like veterans and stuff like that. Excuse me, or people that know what they're doing. Aside from specialists, everyone's going to run meta. Now, in like shuffle or like beginner lobbies or whatever, the scrubs, the veterans that are scrubs that can't win, they're gonna go in, they're gonna jump on their Smurf, or they're just gonna go in with their normal name, pretend to be a fucking noob, and they're just gonna fucking smash everybody with Bale or H1 Sparrow or Epion or some shit, and I think they're good. So it's gonna be there's gonna be two different things. You're gonna see the good players are just gonna play the top tier, barring specialists, and then the random stuff like the shuffle rooms, that's just gonna be unga bunga.
Okay, and I've yet to answer that other question, so Asalfo. Let's just get that out of the way.
I mean, it's not really sad if you play with friends or whatever. You're probably, if you play like a session with just friends, you're probably going to be able to mix it up. But at the end of the day, when you go to the quote unquote serious lobbies, everybody's playing to win. I can't get mad at people for playing to win. People that want to win, they're going to play what they got to play to win. You can't get mad at that. Like me, I like Turn X, but I have to accept the fact that it's considered low tier. So even though it's low tier, it's still something you can still win with. So I'm going to still play the suit. But at the end of the day, people are going to want to win. So if they're going to win, they're going to play what they want to play. But the scrubs are going to rely on the unga bunga, and you're going to still see the unga bunga suits. It's just going to be easier to call them out. or at least that's what I'm thinking. You know, I'm a scrub, so fuck do I know?
Okay. Do you feel like the meta is gonna will evolve to be? I guess. Well, I did say no, but I guess I should elaborate a little bit more. I feel like the way that Max Boost on is balanced, you're gonna see a little bit more offensive defense in terms of like how people are gonna push the advantage. There's gonna be a lot more half bursting. There's gonna be a lot more people trying to force some kind of bad movement. It's gonna happen, but I think it's gonna happen very slowly to the point where you're gonna see a lot more rushdown suits instead of reborns until we're actually gonna see more offline tournaments. See how that's gonna culminate. But
I saw your question, Hirsch. I'm gonna get to it. Don't worry, Hirsch. I'm gonna get to your question. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Blue.
I guess all in all, the way that it's gonna shape up, it may be more aggressive than full boost, but less aggressive than say GVS. So that's going to be some sort of medium.
Honestly, I'm going to change. I'm going to make a small adjustment to what I said. I'm going to expect the strong players to stick to the top tier, but I am confident that in Mbon we are going to see more variety. It's not just going to be, you know, full armor unicorn and Norn for the 3Ks with a rare Wing Zero TV, and then just Blitz and Sandrock. There's a lot more suits in Mbon that are worth your time and worth using than full boost. But you're going to see you're still going to see a set number of suits, I think.
Mm-hmm. And even then, with like more players getting into the fray of the game, you're going to see a lot more. You're going to see a lot more variety. You're going to also see more specialists too. More specialists with suits that you'd never even expect would make it into like top spots if they tried, or if they actually had the proper composition in order to make it happen. So it's always
there's a lot more choices. There's a lot more choices now than full boost. So I don't think you're going to have much of a problem there when it comes to the meta. But as far as Unga Bunga, with like Veil, you know, Age 1 Sparrow, Epion, etc., or the stuff that just mauls people, don't worry about that. If that stuff's frustrating you, and I understand where you're coming from, because I get upset too, give it some time, take your time, play the suit yourself so you can figure out his weaknesses. You'll be fine. Play another suit. Trust me. Every time you pick up another suit, I promise you, every time you pick up a new suit, it's gonna make you playing your main suit. When you come back to your main suit, you're gonna be better at it. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Now, quick thing. AJ Hirsch asked a question about what to do when you're playing with people who are just always going in regardless of their HP. Because I want to just touch that before I forget. It sounds like you're talking about when you're playing in shuffle, be it ranked shuffle or just shuffle rooms. If that's the case, then that's a perfect time for you to think about it in a different way. Instead of getting frustrated, look at it as a way of learning a back, or even as a 3K, learning how to play as a back, getting experience for when you know you're gonna get overcost. If, like me, I'll play turn X, and if I have like a 1.5 who's just gonna go ham, or I have some other suit that's just gonna go full retard, I'm gonna just hang back and just lob funnels and step forward when I need to. You know, it's actually worked out for me pretty well in ranked shuffle right now. I mean, it's not much to brag, but a scrub like me has about a 60% win rate right now, playing turn X in ranked, and I'm ranked shuffle, and I'm mainly playing turn X. A lot of the times I'm getting a 3K bail or a 3K or some other 3K suit that likes to go in, or some other sort of thing that where the player just keeps going in, and I'm just like, oh, I'm withdrawing. Go ahead, do you, and I'll just hang back. But don't get the way you worded that, Hirsch. It came across to me like you're frustrated, and so everything I'm telling you here is not me trying to talk down to you. This is coming to you straight from experience. Change your mindset. If you go in there thinking negatively, where you're the 3K and you get the I'm going in Exia, roll with it. Because at the end of the day, when you're playing ranked, when you're playing shuffle, you're not playing for keeps. Mm-hmm. This game isn't going anywhere. This game is out. We're not in the beta. We're not in the beta anymore. And if that match goes bad, you can just play the next match. You know, if you know you're going to lose, that's okay. Take it as an experience where you're going to be able to learn something. Okay? This isn't like EX versus 2 from what I understand, ranked in EX versus 2, in order to rank up, it's a lot harder. Where you have to, get a certain amount of points, but then you also have to be on win streaks or whatever it is, if I'm not mistaken, to rank up. And this, just play.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. It's going to make you better, because if you have a guy who's just super aggressive and drawing fire, maybe they create opportunities for you. And if you're able to help them get opportunities to land big damage, then that can turn into a win for you. And at the worst case, it'll give you some experience on how to handle, playing as a 3K that knows is going to be overcosted, or even letting that guy get all the lives while you just do what you have to do. So don't think about it negatively, where you're just like, oh my god, this guy's an idiot, this guy's stupid ass. It's the same thing in Gundam. It's like what happens in Gundam Battle Operation 2. You're gonna get players that are stupid. So if they're gonna be stupid, let them go in head first. Just follow right behind them. You'll be all right.
Yep. And I think going back to what Riddler said before, where the front is definitely going to be causing a lot of the ruckus, but majority of the damage is going to be coming from the back. So it's pretty much going to be your responsibility to not only validate the front, but also kind of reward the front from kind of being more aggressive and punish the people that are just focusing a little bit too hard on the front as well. So it's all about maintaining that formation that allows those rewards to happen. And also, speaking of which, vets are going to use suits to offer the most movement. You'll see shit like 7 Sword, Quanta, definitely full Saber. And another thing is that some vets will always use like a suit used by a vet compared to a suit used by someone like me who just likes to dick around a little bit. You're going to see a lot more differences between those kind of players. So you're going to see a lot more.
They're going to call you out real bad.
They're going to call you out real bad. They're going to use their mobility to its fullest. They're going to find ways in order to make you spend more boosts than, say, another player, say like a low-level player or a mid-card player would. And they're going to be as efficient as possible, all while kind of picking at spots and finding ways in order to tear apart the formation of the enemy team. There's different levels of play. There's different levels of mindsets that are involved.
They're going to be the guys. They're going to be the guys whose replays are going to be the most value to you.
Oh yeah, they definitely will be. Also,
there's going to be matches where instead of you watching your own replay how you played, you're going to be zipping over to see how they played. Because because Riddler is right. You're still gonna see Bale show up. You're still gonna see the Unga Bunga suits show up. But the thing is, there's a difference between an Unga Bunga suit being used by a veteran and an Unga Bunga suit being used by a retard. Because they're just gonna run in and they're just gonna keep running in and thinking it's gonna work, and then next thing you know, you deleted them. But there's a clear difference between the Bale that stands there and waits for you to do something when you get up, as opposed to the scrub Bale where you get up and he's already in the middle of doing another attack on you. Yeah, unless you show that you can't deal with the stupidity, it's gonna be like this. Look, let me give you an example. There's a thing that Dogtanian mentioned before. I believe it was Dogtanian. If it wasn't him, it was Ski Sonic. No, it was Ski Sonic. Us El Fuerte players in Street Fighter 4, we're people of high culture. Okay, we're very sophisticated. Not like not like you Sagat mains. But he mentioned something Ski Sonic said something very important to me, and I want you to keep this in mind too whenever you're playing against Unga Bunga. All right. Every opponent that I face, I go into assuming that they are at least competent with their character, or in this case, suit. The minute I realize that this person doesn't know what the hell they're doing, I abandon my plan and wait for my opponent to kill themselves. You can't mix up a blind man, and you can't outthink a brick. So once you're gonna know a good Bale from a bad Bale. A bad Bale is gonna be the one that's using his armor move from like halfway across the freaking map.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to a good Bale who's probably just pressuring you. There's just times where he's just in front of you, and he's not even doing anything. He's just jumping up, he's just boosting around and just cornering you. Next thing you know, you're in the corner wondering what the hell just happened, and then that one time you think you have him, then that Zaku warrior just fucking goes in and cuts you immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So don't even get ahead of yourself with that stuff. Don't worry about Unga Bunga. Worry about learning how to deal with it to not even make it a problem. Because the Unga Bunga is the least of your concerns. When Unga Bunga happens, it happens. There's going to be a clear difference between somebody Unga Bungaing you and just somebody just completely crushing your ass.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, once you know that they're doing that from a far ass distance, if you're a 3K, you probably have the tools to deal with it. And if you're a low cost suit, then you know that they have more boost than you do. So the trick is to keep yourself calm and not panic. Because if you get into it with them, they're probably gonna either out priority you in melee, or they're just gonna have more boost than you, and then just gonna combo you anyway. And then you're probably separated because, let's be real, the other difference between playing a good Bale and a bad Bale is a bad Bale doesn't give a shit about what the hell his partner is doing. He just wants to go in. A good Bale is taking his sweet ass time and is likely lining up to be in a position where if he guesses wrong or does the wrong thing, his partner is going to come for him immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're back to square one.
Yep. All those matches
Or
against...
at least... Yep. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, all those matches against X-Saber, it definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things. Like, whenever I'm facing against Bale, like, I have a habit of disrespecting people that don't play the way that it should be. So you probably see me many times just either throw out an anchor or just sidestep their armor attacks and just punish them. Stuff I shouldn't be getting away with.
I think there's a topic I think we need to discuss, and I think there should be a dedicated episode for us, and we need to bring in people. And I'm talking like we need to bring in like veterans or people who know what the hell they're talking about. Like Riddler knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like me, look, a lot of the things I'm saying here is really just coming off of general fighting game experience, and also coming from Salt. Okay, I don't give a shit what anybody says. I'm probably the saltiest person on the goddamn planet. But here's the thing. I think we need, honestly, Blue, I think we need to have a day. We need to get some veterans. We need to get some people who know what the hell they're talking about. We need to get people to have a discussion about one thing I feel is going to be frustrating noobs a lot. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, let me backtrack. Beginners. Because I'm not here to talk down about nobody. Because I don't have the right to. I think we need to have a day where we have veterans, good players, etc. talk about how to deal with Unga Bunga, how to deal with melee, or the melee cheese, whatever you want to call it. Because I think that's probably a topic that's really aggravating a lot of beginner players who are trying to get better. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm pretty sure nobody likes getting mauled and having to watch themselves get hit by a combo that can't be cut or that is hard to cut. Like, you know, stuff from, you know, Bale again, like the ladder combo, you know, the H1 zipping around thing. So, you know, so if anything, I think we need to have a day where we can get some people who are like really good at the game to offer some opinions about how to deal with melee, because I think that's another thing that really hasn't been discussed, like how to deal with melee, what happens when you get into a melee situation, how to react on Oki, things like that nature. Because me personally, that's one of the things that really beats my ass too a lot of times. Like, I'm horrible when I get knocked down. Like right now, what I'm really doing is I'm just trying to see what I can do to challenge them. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the times I just end up not being able to, or I just guess wrong and then I die. But I think that's definitely something that we should probably dedicate an episode to, where we really just go into that topic, because I think it's safe to say that that's something that really frustrates players. So if we can give them that information, aside from get good, you know.
Yeah, just kind of bridge the gap to people that are unfamiliar with how to like deal with pure rush down or offense. So I guess that might be something to present as a topic. You think that might be a good idea, Riddler, too? I think that might be a good idea, Riddler? If you're still in the chat?
Yeah. I suck better than the new players, that's all. Hey, look, I hear you, Genesis. I've been playing this game for quite a while now, and I don't think too highly of myself when it comes to this game. I don't think I'd recommend. I don't really think I'd recommend anybody to use me as a reference for Turn X. Game is hard.
Where's the weed at? There's no weed.
The thing is, no. I understand that, Riddler, but what I'm saying is, I think it's something that we do have to. I think it is something that still has to be addressed. If anything, we can of course address some of the, even though it's going to be a situation where, you know what, this isn't a guarantee, but I think it's still a topic that needs to be talked about, because at least it'll give people a bit of a confidence boost when they'll understand that, hey, this is a difficult situation, and then you got to tell them, look, this is what you can do, this is what you can consider, and then let them know that, look, this is where you need to do this. Because one thing that really comes to my mind also is this: I think a lot of times when I have been, beat down on a melee Oki situation, one of three things happen. Either A, I guess correctly and escape; B, I get creamed; or C, I was close enough to my partner who's able to do something about it. So I think that's another problem. If you know the enemy is going to try to unga bunga you, this is why it's important to stay information. Because if you're not close to your partner, it's going to be harder for your partner to do anything about it. Because like if you got to cut, let's say, H1 Sparrow's bullshit, then your partner needs to be lined up so they can do something to cut for you. Because if they're just looking at you and they're just watching them on one plane, they're not going to be able to do anything about it. If they're on the same vector, they can at least have a chance to cut in. Well, for veterans, sure. For people who know what they're doing, sure. But like dumbasses, they're not going to know any better. Like I had at least 3 different matches today where I played a Bale and a Quanta and a freaking Barbados, and they would just not stop going in on me. Like they caught me the first time, and then I'm like, okay, cool, he's probably gonna do it again. I hit him out of it. And then the Bale came. Then the Bale, I noticed that the Bale just would not stop going in on me, so I switched out of my Garobi beam from turn X because I know that damn thing has armor. So I'm like, let me just hit it with the freaking bazooka and get him off me. Kept running into the bazooka. The dude just not stop doing it. I'm like, okay, you're gonna keep doing it. Hold these bazookas. But I do agree with you, Riddler. You're right.
So, any other questions anybody got? Mostly, if anything's non-Gundam related or something else.
Yeah, I think this is one of those loose episodes.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be one of those loose episodes. After that, one question by Mr. Vroom.
Yeah, let's get to talking about Bossy. Dude, you're talking to a guy who was in the Navy. I'm not scared of your gay questions.
I don't know. It seemed like a Blue Hero scared of Vroom's question.
Nah, dude. Matter of fact, funny story time. We did that when I was in the Navy. We asked that question to everybody else to see what they were going to say, and to see who was going to panic. And a lot of the people who were always nervous about the question, they would say, the question was, who would you have if you have to have sex? What kind of guy would you have sex with? He could be a famous actor or whoever the hell it is. And a bunch of dudes who were like scared of the topic would always say the same thing, something about a guy who had somebody with a small penis or some shit like that. And then the question came to me, and I was like, it'll have to be Bruce Willis because the only person who's going to be able to put me in bed is going to have to be fucking manlier than I am. And then we asked another guy, this big ass black dude, and this guy was hilarious. He came over and he said, he said Dolph Lundgren circa Rocky IV, but only on one condition. Before Dolph starts, he would have to go ahead, put his hands on his hips, and say, "I must break you." He said that if Dolph Lundgren told him, "I must break you," before he started, that he would get into it. Yeah, I think I might have killed Blue there.
That's Of course, man. Of course.
Ah, man, good times. Oh, man.
It's a check. It's a major check. It's a major check. That's as simple as that. It's just a simple check. Because the one
Speaking
who
of
panics
panic,
is there for the one
it's
who's.
strange how Blue panicked, right?
I think it's probably because Blue was expecting this to be. I think it's because you know what it is. Blue is actually pretty pure. I think the problem is that Blue was expecting this to be a wholesome discussion, and he thought having a cute little managed avatar was going to go ahead and take care of and protect him. But sorry, bro, Shielder can't block everything, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
Yeah. Well, then again, I
man.
do a bit
Riddler's
of.
on Riddler's being pretty serious though, so I have to do this. They're saying right there, the best way to avoid melee is to just not get to that point. I do agree. I think it's very important. I think it's very important to understand how to kite and also being aware of the map. You know what? Actually, even though we're supposed to say ask us anything, I have a question for you, for everybody.
All right.
Can someone please explain to me what is up with sites? I think site 7 is cursed. What is it? Why is site 7? Why are those buildings so magnetic?
You just lose
I
track.
swear to God, like, is it me losing track or something? Because I swear to God, those buildings get in my way so many times.
Yeah, you just lose track of the buildings very fast. With the pace of the match, you just don't pay attention to your surroundings until you start ending up in those situations themselves. So, and I have a feeling that the more tournaments that we run with random maps, the more people that are too used to side 7 are just going to get fucked up.
I mean, honestly, I feel that there aren't that many maps that are that bad. I did notice that M-Bond does have one of the maps that was in G Versus, which is kind of nice.
The age map,
like the one
with like the creek in the middle.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah,
that one's nice. No vets aren't gonna play on shit besides those two training maps. Which are the two training maps? Side 7 and what else?
Side 7 and Mincery, I'm guessing. Because it's a bit more leveled compared to.
Deuce did make me change my mind on that one map when we were talking about it. When he really mentioned it, like he really had a good point about that map. That one map that's in kind of outer space and it has like all the freaking little pits and whatnot. That map is, yeah. Oh my God, that map is horrible. When I really thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, yo, he's right. This map is awful.
Londinian. Londinian is that shit is like terrible to play on.
Like the only map, like that map, and the Warn the Pocket map are just, oh my God, that map is horrible. The Warn the Pocket map is just so bad because on one side you have flat land and a bunch of buildings. Then it's like if you take the map, right, you make it's a square. So from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, think about it like a clock.
Mm-hmm.
That map is fine. It's flat. It has a bunch of buildings here and there. But then on the 9 o'clock side, on 9 o'clock, there's a bridge. And then from 9 to 12 and from 9 to 6, it's these two big ass pits. And it's just like, yo, these maps. And it's like if you're there and you're stuck against a melee suit, what are you supposed to do?
Yep.
You're screwed.
Yep. That's pretty much. Welcome to the fuck pit.
Oh my God, but that map is awful, dude.
But where's the extreme stages? Oh God, I could imagine if they like.
You know what? You know what's funny? I like to call the extreme stages of Smash Bros. Stages.
I mean, that's what it pretty much is.
That's basically what it is. A Smash Bros. Stage.
Because everything changes. Every environment just changes.
Yeah, I don't like that map at all either. I think if I was to hold a tourney, the only maps I would probably use is Side 7 and then the one that we talked about, the Age map. Those two, that's about it. Yep. Like the one map I hated the most in Gundam Versus was the
Colony.
The macaroni map. You know, oh my God, that map is awful.
That map was just that's a war crime in itself. That's an absolute war. That in Torrington with the giant piece of building stuck in the center. All right, who is the best girl in Gundam? Hmm.
In Bundam, who's the best girl in Bundam?
Gundam.
Bundam. Best girl in Bundam. Let's see.
Mira Campbell.
I mean, Mir's obvious. Mir's broken.
Yeah.
I actually, you know what? I as simplistic as she was, I kind of like Lala.
Lala?
I also like Emma a lot. I do like Emma a bunch, mainly because she's not scared to slap the shit out of you if you get out of line. Like she'll slap the shit out of you real quick.
Yep. Yeah, she's an actual military girl, a military woman.
Flay is horrible though.
Flay is an absolute bitch.
But Flay was redeemable if it wasn't for the terrible writing.
So what would be the way to?
I honestly feel Flay was redeemable. I'm gonna admit I have a huge bias for Sumeragi also because Haganef draws her way too thick. But I do like Sumeragi a lot also because she's a very calm and collected and very competent leader, and that just oh my god, that's awesome. No, she was not redeemed. Come on, Evan. Let's be. I know you're a Seed apologist, but let's be real, bro. Look, spoilers for Seed. If you didn't watch it, that's your own fault. You can watch it on Gundam Info. But all she had to do to at least redeem herself was when she became a Force Ghost. Was all she had to do was freaking apologize to Kira right then and there. If she would have apologized there, at least there, that would have been fine. Because she wanted to apologize. It's clear that she did show remorse. She did show remorse towards the end, and then she got offed. But the fact that she didn't apologize was pretty awful. Yes, she was manipulative to Kira, but she did at least show remorse. People get mad about it all the time, but she did show remorse. It's just shitty. I just thought it was very shitty writing that they didn't give her the opportunity to redeem herself, or to at least apologize. If she would have apologized as a Force Ghost, she would have been fine. But Evan makes a good point there. She tells him not to cry, and he didn't cry during Destiny. So that is valid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming Green has looked at how Haganef has drawn Sumeragi, because he draws her like he adds like 5 C's. Like if you have the word thick, he adds like 5 C's to her, for fuck's sake, bro.
Let me pull up some examples. If I can find anything that's not gonna get me yeeted off of
Bunga. Like, okay, hold on. Did she say that in the Japanese dub? Because I don't think I'm gonna have to rewatch it then, because I don't remember her saying sorry. I'm gonna have to rewatch that then, because as far as I can tell, I didn't hear her apologize.
So there were some vast differences between what the dub and the JP dub, the English dub and the JP dub. So that's makes things a little bit disorienting.
I can understand that, Kaddish.
Oh, he also did what's her name? But she's like the leader of the Shrek team.
He draws Lamia a shitload too.
Oh, he definitely does. Like, I'll put this on the
stream.
stream.
Has a hard on for Lamia.
Oh, just be very careful. Oh shit.
There we go. See that's SFW. That's SFW. Don't post anything in SFW, bro. Wait a minute, that's not Cisco. That's just Junko.
Yeah, Junko. That's her name. Junko.
Yeah, he likes drawing Junko a lot.
Hold on, let me.
He draws her a lot too.
Let me find any Sumeragi stuff. He's also done Sema. He's done a lot of mecha characters, a lot of mecha
Yeah,
female characters.
he's a legit mecha fan, which is great.
Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken, he actually plays Gundam Battle Operation too. You played with him before.
I have. That's the funny thing. I tried to like get a verification, but
he didn't respond.
well, obviously, you wouldn't be able to respond because I guess it was just mostly in English, but it was a very small sentence too. But the fact that I actually came across Hangar was a pleasant surprise.
Hey, Evan posted a link. Let's see if it's true.
Yep.
Because if that's the case, I'd have to take that back and acknowledge that she at least did redeem herself.
She did.
Oh, there you go. She did. Hey, all right. I'm gonna have to check the Gundam info dub because I don't remember her saying that. I want to rewatch it.
Yeah, probably from the remaster.
There you go. That's definitely a positive. Then that is a positive because she was pretty awful. But at least if she did, she did that. That's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely good.
Any other questions? Still taking some now.
Kaddish just. You know what? I think you're right. Because the thing is, if you hate the character,
she's done
instead
a
of
good job.
the bad writing, instead of the writing, then that means that the writers have succeeded. You are correct, because she was very disliked, but she did get her comeuppance because you can even tell when like one of the key moments in Dest and Seed was when I forgot the kid's name. He gets killed.
Nicole?
He's in the Skygrass.
No. Tolle?
Yes, when Tolle gets killed, his girlfriend is fucking just butthurt. It's like she's in tears, and Dierka has a bit of a jerk ass moment, and she tries to stab. Okay, fine, she tries to stab him, but she at least kind of shakes it off. But then when Flay finds out that this guy's a coordinator, sees the gun, and she's about to, she's straight up about to shoot his ass, and this girl goes and straight up doesn't let her do it.
Okay,
that was actually a pretty important point there.
Yeah, we got another Haganea thing that I want to share too with the stream. This.
Yeah. Let me think.
And me and the Armor Girls for sure.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Especially the Haikashiki one. And
that's okay, cool.
Sarah.
Even include the shades, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's actually kind of nice that we have some dedicated manga artists. But I actually mentioned something. The Kaddish just mentioned I can never get into an anime. Why not, Kaddish? What's preventing you from enjoying anime?
Moribito, Sterlicia.
The VF-19 or the YF-19?
VF. Because the YF-19 was mostly from Macross Plus.
Macross Plus.
But the VF-19 was a completed version of the YF-19 after the events of Plus. Yeah. So that was the one that was put into production, but I think it was just only Basara's version that was heavily modified and was kept as a secret, if I remember correctly.
Gotcha.
Why is GVS so much better than Mbon? And what kind of crack-ass world are you living in when you think about that?
Motherfucker. Well, Kaddish, for that, I would say the following. If you haven't watched the Gundam series, then I would recommend, if you don't really watch anime like that, then I would suggest that you start off with a shorter series. Because a short like that, I think it's easier to get into. So I would recommend a shorter series first. So that kind of leans into something like War in the Pocket that isn't very long. Or other shows that are not very long too. Something like, for example, Macross Plus. That's not very long. You can watch something like that. Watch a shorter, watch a smaller series. Watch something shorter. Like that, if it's short, it's easier to get into. And then like that, once you get your feet wet, then you'll be fine.
Hold up, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna take care of a few things, so you got the stream to yourself.
Uh-oh.
If you got any other questions, make sure to pile them up.
All right. When's the Macross rewatches? Good question. What did you try to watch, Caddish? What were you recommended? That's fine. That's understandable. I mean, I don't judge, but I mean, I think it is hard. I think it's always better. It's good to get some recommendations, but then you also want to find your own thing. I think when it comes to anime, it really is better to watch something small first because a lot of them can be a little intimidating if you get like a really long series, and especially if it's not of a type of thing that you like to watch. Like, it depends on what it is. Like I would usually tell people, like it depends on what they watch. Like if a person tells me, "Oh yeah, I like racing," you know, then I wouldn't tell them even as much as I would want to. I actually would not tell them to watch Initial D. I would sooner tell them, "Hey, go watch Redline." That's okay. You know what? I think it's good if you don't take it seriously. I think that's perfectly fine, especially when you watch something that is silly. Then that's fine too. Like personally, when it comes to like funnier stuff, I kind of like Cromartie High School when it comes to like sillier stuff. Or if I really just want to just turn my brain off, then that's where Bo comes in. That one's just stupid as that's just stupid as all hell. The Fate franchise takes itself way too seriously. That I will say. But yeah, I mean, if anything, there's a lot of different genres. Like if I was gonna take one that where I watch like really really seriously, then that would definitely be Hajime no Ippo. That's a big personal favorite of mine. But I like boxing, so of course I'm gonna like that. If you like sports, there's definitely something there for you too. Like I said again, Hajime no Ippo is a good one. Then there's also Captain Tsubasa. That's another big favorite. That's just like that's basically religion for Hispanics. Speaking of which, I got to pre-order the game that's coming out at the end of the month. Captain Tsubasa Rise of New Champions is coming out real soon. That's gonna be real good. But no, I don't blame you. I think it is kind of hard it can be hard to get into some of this stuff, especially because when people make a recommendation, it's usually gonna be geared towards their tastes, as opposed to trying to throw something at you that you're gonna like. But at least usually when that happens, that's why I think it's best. Yes, Bobo. The main character Bobo, he is the master of the fist of the nose hair. If you wanna watch an anime or read a manga that is 1,000% just to destroy your brain cells, watch Bobo. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, I am not responsible for any brain cells you lose, and you will lose brain cells.
All right, I'm back.
It's because that show makes absolutely no sense. And there's some random ass references in the manga too. For example, there's a part in the manga where they do the jump from an old game called The Legend of Kage, and they literally call it the Legend of Kage Jump, and they have their hands outstretched and everything, and it's just retarded. If you do like mecha, I do recommend you watch Macross Plus, just like Riddler Zone mentioned. Macross Plus, the animation has aged well, despite how long ago the anime came out.
Yep.
Just so you know, funny fact about Macross Plus. In some Air Force shows, they actually showed clips of Macross Plus, which is actually kind of funny.
Really?
Yes.
Like,
I believe, yes, they did show clips of Macross Plus during an air show. It's kind of funny. I would definitely recommend Macross Plus. Macross Plus is either a one-shot movie or 4 episodes.
mm-hmm.
It's like I said, it's a 4-episode OVA.
Yep.
It gets its point across. It does all the things that Macross tends to do. Cool airplanes, cool battles, very good animation, good soundtrack, love triangle, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely check out that. But no, dude, seriously, Kaddish. Like I said, if you want to watch something silly, watch Bobo Bo 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 Bo. It's stupid as hell. Bobo Bo 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 Bo, stupid as hell. If you want to watch something else that's just really really stupid, you can watch Cromartie High School. If you want to watch something that's even dumber, you can watch the greatest fighting style of all time, stronger than even the Fist of the North Star. You can watch Sexy Commando.
But
some people ain't ready. But some people ain't ready for Sexy Commando.
Oh, that's definitely going on the list.
Yeah, some of y'all ain't ready for Sexy Commando.
And I also found the Sumeragi stuff.
Yeah, Sumeragi's hot, dude. I'm sorry, but Sumeragi's just oh my god.
Yeah.
old girl is well dressed, and then she she has her more military outfit. Then she has this one, which is a casual outfit. And then she has that swimsuit. And it's just like yes.
Yep. And I think she's like Japanese Brazilian mix too. Just with a name like that alone.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And she now have to find that. She now have to find a clip from. It's easy when half of Celestial Being is his hairstylist.
Well, I'm pretty sure like most
That's
of it's
funny.
probably handpicked by Veda anyway. So, but then again, you have people like Fawn Spark. That's like, well, then again, he's conscripted, so that probably has like a bit of a gray area too when it comes to like 00F.
All right, so yo, Blue.
Yeah.
Yo, Blue. All right, so I think it's time to introduce these guys to Sexy Commando.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to find a clip because this is gonna be new to me too.
All right, here you go, bro. Get ready for some Sexy Commando.
Hold up. I'm supposed to. Oh, okay. I think.
But no, look, like I said, Kaddish. If anything, I mean, mecha can be. If anything, maybe you should try something a little sillier when it comes to mecha. If I were to recommend something that's sillier on mecha, which but still has its serious parts, I would recommend Godanner, and I would also recommend Martian Successor Nadesco.
Yeah, I was just about to say that too. All right.
Yeah, Nadesco has its serious parts, but it also has its silly parts too. I don't think it's half bad. I think it was actually one of those mecha animes that the general anime population did enjoy. But if anything, you gotta watch this.
Okay.
I want to see people's reaction to Sexy Commando.
お前のパンチを食らって倒れなかったのは俺が初めてだぜ。何？遊びは終わりだ。そろそろ本気で行かせてもらうぞ。どうした？おじけづいたのかね。なめんなよ。し。
What?
なんだ。 これがセクシーコマンドーだ。あの二人をたった一発ですごいパンチだ。青いな風味。あれはただのパンチ。
Wow. Wow. That's all I got. Wow.
Cloud was like, the fuck is this?
You came at the right time, Cloud. But how you enjoyed that Uzaki-chan, Cloud?
Oh man.
Right,
But yeah, Caddish, seriously, dude, if you get the chance, if you want to watch something mindless with like where you literally need like no investment, just go watch Bobobo. You'll definitely appreciate. I think on Bobobo it's just dumb as shit. Oh man.
So, anybody else got some other questions too?
But let me think. I'm just trying to enjoy the art of her mom. Whose mom?
Uzaki.
Oh, yeah. I've noticed that she's been stealing a bit of the attention lately. Ah, man. Let me think. What's something else that would be nice to recommend? Like I said, Kaddish, if you like sports, then there's definitely some stuff there to interest you with. It just really depends on what you're into. But I personally would recommend, if you like boxing, you really can't go wrong with Hajime no Ippo. If you want to watch something that's more on it's about fighting, but like more on the ridiculous side, Baki is pretty out there.
Gunbuster or Diebuster? Yep. Mostly Gunbuster. And then you could also lament about Noriko. Or you could also go with like Pat Labor as well.
Yeah, Pat Labor is actually pretty good. Another thing I would recommend too, that's a one-shot movie. If you like
Cross Edge.
you know what? This is an old ass movie, but I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Check out 8-Man After.
8-Man After? Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can check out 8-Man After. You can check out that one.
Cross Edge is trash to you, Fox. It's my ride or die. Nothing's gonna change me on that.
I don't know. People told me that Cross Edge is supposed to be like a gigantic train wreck, but I don't have.
That's what I like about it. It's a train wreck. It's an absolute train, but it's too enjoyable not to look away from. Because it plays itself so straight. It thinks it's actually serious, but the way that it's executed is just, it's a chef's kiss away from master class.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't wait to see when Hangar finishes that drawing of Swan White he did, because oh man, that one's looking real good.
Wait, Swan?
But then again, the way that she, yeah, I posted it in your channel.
Oh.
Hold on, give me a second. I'll DM it to you. Although I would probably consider it a little too risque because of the way that she dresses. So yeah.
Jesus, that swimsuit, that sumo, that. Ooh. Green, you got a good find.
Give me a second. There you go. I sent it to you in DM, Blue. But yeah, he was drawing Swan White also, so hopefully he finishes that soon.
Oh,
but
wait, from Gal Gaigar.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it really depends on what you like, Kaddish, because there's a bunch of stuff that we can recommend, but it really depends on what you're looking for. If you want to just turn off your brain, like I said, Cromartie High School, Cromartie High School, and Bobobo for sure. If you want to just delete brain cells, there you go.
I guess
can't go wrong with that.
And there's also like if you want like some stupid English dubs, you could just go with like Ghost Stories. either ghost stories, maybe, or maybe something
Do you like?
else.
Wait. You hold on. Hold on. I have a question. Hold on. Kadish, you said that you were watching Goblin Slayer. Was that you or your kids? And did you enjoy Goblin Slayer? Because if you did, then I have a classic that I think you'll enjoy.
Is it?
That
Wait, I was thinking of like
uh,
Bastard,
not Berserk.
Bastard,
Not Bastard either.
or
I would actually, if you did like Goblin Slayer, then check out Record of Lodoss War. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom, but definitely check out Record of Lodoss War.
oh, okay. Okay, so now it's left to me to kind of hold down the fort. So, what y'all got for me? And no bussy stuff either. Anything but that. But there's definitely a lot of things that kind of going back on the topic of like anime to watch. It's like a lot of different rabbit holes that you go down after a certain point. And I think it just mostly stems for like watching funny videos from like small YouTubers because they usually have like some very unusual or very, I wouldn't say rare, but I wouldn't say even underrated either, but anime you wouldn't really hear a lot about, yet it somehow makes its way into like certain conversations. There's one anime that I've been meaning to actually finish, but I never really got the chance to do. Never really got the chance to do so because I either felt too tired or wasn't really much in any kind of position to do so. Excel Saga. I've been meaning to watch that show for the longest, but I could never get past like episode 3 because of something that got in the way. But yeah. I guess the most important thing is that you kind of have to listen to what people recommend, but take a look at what they're about. Kind of what's the word I'm looking for? You got to curate the stuff and just do it like small doses too. The shorter episodes are definitely going to get you more engrossed. Longer running shows may have a lot more things to pay attention to, but it definitely rewards those that are more invested into the plot, especially if it has a strong plot in general. Like Votoms. I initially felt like I wasn't gonna get through a lot of it, but after after the second episode, or rather, it just kicks off with Nitro. It just kicks off so much because you want to see how Chirka even manages to survive a lot of these things, let alone unscathed. And it somehow remains grounded despite the other thing that happens. Which I can't really say because I don't know if anyone else has been interested in watching Photons, which you should. It's one of the essentials. If you can watch like the Pales and Files along with it after you're done with the main story. You could also go with the Big Battle, which is like I think it takes place after the events of Photons, I think it takes place at a certain point of Photons, but I kind of forgot where. There's some other OVAs that Photons has as well, but I don't think it's one that I probably missed out on, or one that I didn't really pay attention to, but I should go back to after a certain point. But it seemed like one of the more newer Photons properties. I also have to get a chance to watch Gravion and all those other things. There's a lot of stuff on my plate that I want to watch after I'm done with Dendo.
There's something fun. The funny thing about Gravion is that the main character isn't even the pilot of the main pilot. He's like the pilot of the leg pilot.
Mm-hmm. Wait, he's just a leg?
The pilot of the main character, the
Mm-hmm.
character that you get introduced to first, he's actually the pilot of one of the legs.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. But only thing about Gravion, the only knock I have on Gravion is what happened in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
One of the plot twists is just a complete asshole.
Yeah, and no matter how many times you say it, it's still gonna catch me off guard. No matter how many times you say it.
Oh no! Yeah. Oh no, it's true. I can say it a million times, but when it happens, you're gonna come back to me and be like, you know what, Denzel, you were right, because it's just that ridiculous. Oh man, still an enjoyable show. If I'm not playing Gundam, I'm at the track racing my R1M. Oh, I mean, if you like racing, then you can definitely check out. Oh, if you like racing, check out Redline. It's a one-shot movie. You can check out Redline. Yeah, check out Redline.
And there's also future something GPX. I think it's like another Fukuda series. Let me see. Future Cyber. Yeah, Future GPX Cyber Formula. That's the one.
Yeah, I would definitely say look at Redline. Redline is a one-shot movie. And the movie took a very long time to actually it actually took a very long time to draw, because the whole matter of fact, give me a second. If I'm not mistaken, they do have a clip. They do have a clip for that movie on YouTube. Animation quality is very, very good. Give me 1 second.
Speaking of future
Yes,
GPX.
it is an anime. They actually have the whole. They actually have the one of the first race actually listed, I think. Let me double check.
Wow, this is actually a thing? Oh.
Give me a second.
Oh, that's playing. No. Oh.
Give me a second.
Okay, let me not get. There we go. But this is actually a thing. This is actually a thing. There's actually a future GPX Cyber Formula game.
Yo, Blue, post this.
Sure. Let me see. You DM'd it to yeah.
Right, definitely watch this. It covers the entire first race actually.
Yeah.
So you can definitely watch it.
Let me hide the chat.
It's in English, so no need to worry about subtitles either.
Yep. Oh, I just forgot I had I forgot that the going live thing's still going, but yeah.
But yeah, like I said, if you get the chance, guys, you can give that movie a go. You can give the movie a go. It's a one-shot movie.
Oh yeah.
It's very well animated, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully you like it.
And since it just reminded me of Megalobox too.
Yeah, that one's another one that's very well animated. Really, a lot of people really like that one too.
Yep. Has a nice premise to it as well. It seems more of like a classic, like very classic anime. in terms of premise.
Oh man. Let me.
So, anybody else has any questions for the most part? Anything for us? Just trying to pick our brains a little bit.
We already covered one thing that kind of. Good. Glad you liked it, bro.
Yep, that was Takashi Koike's Labor of Love, but I guess Japanese theaters weren't really prepared for it, because I know for a fact
that one was completely a love project when it comes to like when you really look into how much they put into the animation.
Mm-hmm. And you're not gonna find a movie of that kind of octane level like that again with hand drawn animation, unless if you're like Madhouse levels. What's my favorite doujin?
I actually have a couple of them in Japanese that are a bunch of like little collection of little silly things from Fantasy Star Online.
Oh,
they're actually pretty funny. I had a bunch of that, like just a bunch of random artists just basically just saying basically just like seems to just be sharing a bunch of funny stories. I think the same group of people did the same thing for King of Fighters, which is pretty funny too. I remember one of them had one for where they were teaching, where it was Ralph and Clark teaching Leona the ropes, but it was mainly just them just trolling the shit out of her. Like there's a part where they just basically like tie her up and strap her next to Dynamite, talking about how this is training to make her tough or whatever. Well, that seems to be the case because they both have the serious look on their face. And then Ralph gives the order and Clark blows her ass up, and then Hydrant shows up like with a look on his face like, "What are you guys doing?" Yeah, I like stuff like that. I like silly things where it's like people just showing like showing their love for like a game or a series or something like that. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And those are like the ones that tend to have like the most comedy out of it, despite the situations. But doujins, I guess I know there's one that's a mash doujin in particular. I just had to go back to see which one it was again. But there's another one. There's an Iowa one that was just like straight scenes, straight up nothing but scenes. I think it's like everything that was narrated by the admiral or just someone outside of the perspective of it. But yeah, it's just simply called Iowa's first doujin, I think it was called. But yeah.
My back is killing. But I do hope that that was something for Kadish to maybe look at later and enjoy. Also, hopefully he gives if that interested in it, he gives it a look and he enjoys it, and that's great.
Yep.
Definitely a passion project. So that kind of covers everything for me on my end.
I guess no one else has any questions for the night too, so I guess we could end it there too. Perfect timing because I got a yearly physical like 10 in the morning. So
you're gonna hit the sack early today?
Yeah, it would be the best idea since I've had it ever since I've been playing like Max Boost nonstop. I've been sleeping extremely late. My sleep schedule's already been fucked.
That's not good.
But then again, I never really had much of a sleep schedule to begin with since I always slept on like 1 or 2 in the morning. But I guess with the Max Boost, it got compounded like 3 or 4 at times because I usually stay up right after I'm done with the game, either after streaming or something else.
So, what kind of doctor's appointment you got going on tomorrow?
Just a yearly physical, just a checkup, just general health.
Gotcha.
It's always August too, so like I always lamented those because it was like a clear sign that school was coming. But now that I'm out of like college or any school, any educational setting in general,
Yeah.
then it doesn't really seem that bad anymore. Speaking of which, I'm kind of working on my little. Well, I can't really call it little because it's actually working towards a certification. So hopefully that goes on. Hopefully that goes pretty well. I'm pretty diligent when it comes to things like that, so I can definitely get some good results out of it.
All right. Sounds like a plan. I'll probably go do my Gundam Battle Operation 2 dailies and maybe do a few more ranked shuffle matches.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe I might. I might have a bit of a change of heart and just go back to GBO2, but I'm still kind of reluctant.
I mean, I don't blame you, but I mean, right now they are doing a couple of things. They did add Tenda as a operator.
Mm-hmm.
They are doing the free rolls right now, so you may as well jump on that. They did also add the thing with the garage. So if you have max tuned suits, you can also open them up to be enhanced further.
Oh, so for level 2
They,
stuff, right?
they added two more things, and some of them tend to be unique. Like one of them is, for example, like the Goof Custom has a skill where it reduces damage taken from generals. I think the GP02 MLRS and some other suits also have a skill. I mean, an enhancement where it makes it take longer to hijack it.
Oh.
Um, yeah, the Zaku Two Kai has a enhancement that makes it that lowers your respawn time a little more. So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty cool too.
Oh, so it
So that's
specializes in
actually, and the reason why that's cool too is because when you really think about it, if you're playing rate match, you're probably using the suits that you've enhanced to the max already.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do that, then you're gonna have the benefit of you're gonna have the benefit of having done a lot of sorties. So you'll get those extra benefits. So you get the extra chance of graded howling success, and not only that, but if I'm not mistaken, they're still doing. I think for the rest of the month, they're doing double points for enhancement as it is too.
Mm-hmm.
And when you log in, since you pre-ordered, I believe you pre-ordered Maxi Boost on, you'll also get Stasia as an operator, and the Maxi Boost on shirt, and you're probably gonna get a bunch of suits too. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Would you take S or F on Zaku 3?
if I think in like actual play that I've seen, most of the Zaku 3s I've seen have used S. But I think he might be very flexible in terms of like how his kit works. But best thing I can probably recommend is it may be spotty source, but GGEZ might be a good way to see what kind of recommendations for suit burst would be for the Zaka 3 in particular. But
I don't know, man. I think that should really be something that you decide for yourself, dude. You should really go with what fits you better. Like me personally, I prefer to use shooting burst, but I've noticed that when I've watched some turn X matches, some players they actually go fighting burst for the
mm-hmm.
speed boost.
Yeah, I guess it's just more like player preference and what their style
You know,
is.
granted, I'm a scrub, so I can't really say there. But I think really you should have a little more faith in your own ability, and get a feel for it yourself and see what's more effective. Because if anything, one thing that might happen. Here's the thing. To hold on, it doesn't necessarily mean use it to go in on melee. It could mean, hey, you know what? Let me use this for the speed boost. You know, But if you have a habit of landing the self destruct, then I'm pretty sure F burst is going to be the one to do it.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Good talking to you guys. So
Well, likewise.
I'll definitely catch you guys next week, huh?
Alrighty. We'll probably come with something for next week. See if it might be another loose episode, or it might be something more
If
of
we
like
don't,
a
if we
spotlight.
don't, we'll wing it like we always do.
Okay, and I gotta see if we can actually get Latios or Check's guy for the narrative episode too.
Check. Oh yeah, we still have to have that episode where
Yeah.
we dunk on Gundam narrative.
Oh yeah.
Why am I looking forward to that?
Okay, let me see if we can actually set things up.
All right, y'all take it easy, fellas.
You too.
If anything, Blue, I'm gonna hop I'm gonna hop on and stream Gundam Battle Operation 2. So if you want to check it out and see for yourself if things have improved, then you can make up your mind then. See you, fellas.
Alrighty. So let me just roll the outro theme. I want to go for a different outro theme, in fact. Just give me a moment. We're practically done for the night. But this was actually a pretty fun stream, all in all. I can definitely say we could do a lot more Ask Us Anything episodes and whatnot. Have a little bit more fun with that. Hell, it could probably even be crazier than last time. It will definitely be up on YouTube because I didn't commit any oopsies. That would definitely be a huge problem. But all in all, I think we are set for other stuff in the future. Let me see. A little bit too loud. Probably blew your ears out too in the process, but hey. But thanks everybody for sticking on by. I'll probably see if Denso is live right now, and I could just reach out to him. So. Let me check. Oh, Kiss is actually streaming. So, I'll send you guys to Kiss. Tell them I said hello. There's a chance I might not be sticking around too long, so that's the least I could do. But I know for a fact, the next time I stream, I'm definitely going to be streaming some more episodes of Gundam Seed Destiny. Perhaps even earlier than what I usually stream it as. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Until then, I don't have like a catchy farewell, but stay blue. Peace.